So let's see how astrology is built up. Let's see its structure. It really has 4 columns, and out of the 4 columns, 3 was already there at the ancient Chaldeans, although they looked at the entire sky. So they didn't just look at the narrow band of the zodiac, they took a look at the whole, whatever was up there visible. So the 4 columns of astrology are the following: signs, planets, aspects, and houses. Out of these 4, signs, planets, and aspects was already there at the very beginning. And the 4th, houses, was only relevant or became relevant when in about Pythagorean times, which is about 2,500 years ago, all of a sudden it was important to know where, in which sphere of life, a certain impact is going to have its way. So let's look at these 4 pillars or columns in a little bit deeper. The first is naturally the planets. As they were moving across the sky, the ancient Chaldeans looked at them as gods and goddesses that were doing stuff. They were conversing. One was coming to the other one was taking a message, and of course they kind of had relationships to each other. Those were later on the aspects, although the aspects themselves comes from 2 main sources. One was the so-called Helioca rising and Helioca setting star to come together in certain ways on the horizon. That was the conjunction and the opposition. And later on, when they looked at the moon, the waxing and waning of the moon, the half moon gave its lent its potential to the square. The rest was just mathematics. And later on, when the seasons developed and there was a rhythm in the seasons, the signs came into being. The signs are not the zodiacal constellations. Constellations are not 30-degree in width. Some of them are much wider, some of them narrower. The signs themselves simply convey the rhythm of the seasons, how the light was traveling, how it was waxing and waning, and how the heat was coming and going during the seasons. That is why it is important to understand that astrology, the way we know, is only valid on the northern hemisphere and on temperate climate. So the next pillar or column is the planets. There are 7 visible planets, and if we enlarge this of today, we can add the transcendental planets, and we can also add the 2 celestial belts, which I'm going to cover in detail in a later period. And another thing to consider is the houses, which give you the places where everything happens, everything is happening. So it describes the spheres of life, and it gives you a rhythm of where and how and when is happening. So just to sum it up, the signs are telling you how. The houses are telling you where. The planets are telling you what is exactly happening. And the aspects are telling you how everything is happening.